Okay, we're back again. So with the last video, we said that we were going to try to work on test-taking strategies writ large. Not just for answering a question on a test, but for navigating the many questions we encounter in conversation and responding to those in smart ways. Okay, cool mission. Is it important? So far, I've only demonstrated the importance relative to one multiple choice question. Let's look at some other questions. So we've said that exam involved a lot of open-ended questions where there could be a lot of good answers. And that was intended to maximize partial credit opportunities. But also, these are sort of hard. Mostly because the important parts of understanding the history and culture of the English-speaking people involve some big, hard concepts. I'm sorry. It's hard. So people were like, okay, but what do I write on the exam? So there were a couple times where I tried to give them an easy one-sentence answer. Like for what is capitalism? You could write something very long. There have been whole books written on that. But obviously, there's a lot of questions. There's only 2 hours. I can't expect a whole book. So, let's see. Here's a sentence I would pick. Capitalism is society organized around selfish gamblers. And we unpacked that more in the course about how an entrepreneur is not a saver, but a risk seeker. He's trying to get more money by having his business. And to make money, you have to spend money. Fundamentally, he's a gambler. And fundamentally, a business owner is trying to make money for himself. He's not necessarily a good citizen. He's not a charity. So, gambler and selfish. We could unpack that a real lot. But I was willing to accept a one-sentence answer that would just sort of hint to me that the student knows this stuff, could unpack it, but hey, it's an exam. We're under time pressure. I can't write all that. I'm willing to accept that one sentence. And there was another question that initially had came from one of the students. Tell me about Western table manners. And that one made it onto the exam because it really meshed with the what is capitalism question. The basic rule of Western table manners, at least where it differs from Chinese norms of table manners, is mind your own business. Each individual can calculate whether or not they want more food, which food they do want, which food they don't want, whether they want any food at all or not. To put food on someone else's plate implies that you either think that they're incapable of doing those calculations themselves, or think that their calculations don't matter. You're the food board, you get to decide. They do not have standing to take food on their own. An implication that either you're the king and they're not, or that you're smart and they're not. And usually people react somewhat negatively to that imposition and hierarchy. And that move might be completely done because you're trying to be nice and show that you notice the other person and are trying to take care of them. But the risk of backfiring... Okay, well, let's try to go away. Let's